Hi, welcome to another year bolder. My name is Jamie. I am on a 100+ pound weight loss journey. I'm currently almost at the end of week 21. Week 20, I was down another 2 pounds, which put me at a total of 26.6 pounds lost so far. Finally reached that 25-pound goal that I had, and believe me, I have more goals. 25 pounds was just the first one. Because I put 100+, I'm just not sure exactly how much I want to lose, but I know it's a minimum of 100 for sure. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make some fat-burning meals with waffles, gumbo, and fried fish. So stay tuned for that if you want to see how to turn those into some fat-burning meals, because they're coming up next. And then just keep in mind that this video was filmed over a course of a couple of different days as well. Good morning. I am getting a very late start to our breakfast this morning, but I decided I got a little Dash waffle maker. Never used one of these before, so this one's a snowflake. And then I have Bob's Red Mill waffle pancake mix, some Ready Whip, I can't say that, or whipped cream, whatever you want to call it, blueberries, strawberries, and sausages. So the sausages will be our protein, the waffles will be our fast carb, and then the strawberries and blueberries are going to be our slow carb. And then the whipped cream is going to be our condiment. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. This is gonna cook on 400 degrees. I usually do 10 to 12 minutes per side, depending how much it needs. But then I'll flip it and cook it again, and I'll show you me making the waffles. Okay, so it's got a really big crack right there. I'm gonna have to return it and get a new one. I do have another Dash maker. I mean, this could probably still be used. Yeah, I'm not going to chance it. I do have another Dash maker that I got. It's a heart. So I'll just make the heart for breakfast instead of the cute little snowflake. I really wanted the snowflake. And I don't know if you can see it right there. That's the snowflake. But I sadly have to exchange this one. But I have the little heart one. I was saving it for Valentine's Day. I'm going to go ahead and use it now because I'm heart selling waffles. Hopefully this one's not cracked because they did both come from the same place. Okay, so this one, I don't know if you can see it, it's got little hearts all over it. And then when you flip it up, it's a heart on both sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the heart one, even though I really have my heart set on the snowflake, but it's okay. I'm gonna return it and get another one. Super cute, still gonna use it. I did test this waffle maker out to see how fast it heats up, and it heats up really fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the mixture, and then I'm gonna heat it up again. I just didn't want to keep it going while I was mixing all this. So for this package right here, it's gonna take 1 cup of Redmond's batter, and I'm gonna just pour it in there. Try not to make a mess. Takes 2/3 a cup of water, and I did just go ahead and measure those out. And then it's going to take 2 tablespoons of oil, and it gives you directions for waffles or pancakes. So this is specifically for the waffles that I'm making. Sorry, I just sneezed, and now my allergies are all over the place. All right, so that's 2 tablespoons of the oil. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a good mix, and I'll let that heat up again, and we'll get started. Okay, so it says to spray it with oil, and I do have this oil dispenser, and if you put it here, it pours, and if you put it here, it sprays. So I'm just gonna spray it really quick. Give it a couple of quick sprays. All right, so I got that spray, and this mixed up really nicely. It's probably gonna take me both hands to squeeze it out. So we are gonna see how this is gonna work since it's my first time. We're gonna try this out with you. Let you know how it goes. All right, so let's go ahead and close it. Remember, it's the first time I've ever used this, so this is definitely going to be a trial and error. Okay, so you can see I pulled my first heart out. It really does not look like a heart. It is very messy, so I'm trying it again. We'll see how it goes. Gotta try not to drop it, but it is super hot. Okay, so that looks a lot better, but it is still very tiny, so that's gonna take quite a few of these. But there we go. I'm gonna make a few more. The trick, if you use this, I did figure it out, that you need to outline the shape first. I don't know if you can see my hands in the way. Just outline the shape first, and then once you have the outline done, fill in the middle. And you can go faster if you have steadier hands, but with my thumb, it's just not as easy to hold this thing. So I outlined it first, and then I filled it. All right, these are what came out. There's 8 of them in total. They do look cute, but it was very time consuming for these little bitty waffles. So I think I might just invest in a really big waffle maker and go from there. I haven't decided if I'm gonna return that yet or not. We'll see. I do have to return the other one because it was cracked. All right, here is what our plates look like before I add the whipped cream and the syrup. This looks like a really good breakfast. So the protein is the sausage. The fast carbs are the little mini heart pancakes or waffles, whatever you want to call them. And then the slow carb is the strawberries and the blueberries. My husband's is on the left because he has a little bit more fruit than I do. But his is the left, mine's the right. And these are both fat burning plates. All right, here we go. I've added the syrup and I've added the whipped cream. This still does make a fat burning plate because the whipped cream is a condiment and so is the syrup. And I didn't add a lot, so there you go. We are about to enjoy this. Okay, we're having a late lunch tonight. I've got to preheat the oven to 425 degrees. I'm gonna make some chicken and sausage gumbo. Normally I would add shrimp to this, but I did not purchase any shrimp. I wish I would have. I have one package of andouille sausage. I do actually have two. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use both. And then I have a small package of chicken thighs, which is why I may use two of the sausages. I have the chicken thighs here, the andouille sausage. I have two packages of the Trinity mix, which is celery, onions, and bell peppers. And then I have 2 cans of chicken stock. It does call for 6.5 cups of liquid. So I'm going to use these 2 cans and then just put water in for the rest. I have rice from my rice cooker. Tony Chachere's because I'm going to season everything a little bit with Tony Chachere's. I have already boiled eggs just to save me time that are going to go in the gumbo. And then I have my Louisiana Cajun gumbo base right here that I'm going to use. So I'll walk you through all of it, but I am going to go ahead and get the chicken started, get the sausage chopped up, and then we'll go from there. I decided I'm going to go ahead and use the 2 andouille sausages because my chicken thighs are pretty small. This is going to work. I'm going to bake them in the oven at 425 for about 20 to 30 minutes or so, just making sure that they're completely cooked through, and then I'm going to shred them and they're going to go in the gumbo. I lightly seasoned the chicken with salt, pepper, parsley, a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning, some garlic powder, and olive oil. I'm going to bake these now, and then here's the cut up sausage. I'm going to saute that, then saute the Trinity mix, and then make the gumbo roux while the chicken is finishing up. I've got the rice cooking in the rice pot. That should be ready. It's about the same time as the roux, sausage, and Trinity mix is ready. Chicken should be ready right after. And the sausage is cooking. Smells really good. I did end up using the 2 packages of andouille sausage. Just keep in mind, I'm in Florida, so we don't have traditional andouille sausage like we do in Louisiana. So it's going to look more like regular sausage. All right, the sausage is done. There's still some juice left in there. And I'm going to pour all the Trinity mix right here into that juice, and I'm going to saute it for a little while. All right, I'm getting that Trinity mix, which is the celery, bell peppers, and onions. I'm getting it all coated in the sausage juice, and the oven just beeped, or the microwave just beeped, so I got to turn my chicken over. While the Trinity is sauteing and the sausage is off to the side and chicken's in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and make the roux mixture. I have 2 cans of chicken broth, and I already put 3 cups of water in there, because it does call for 6.5 cups of liquid. Adding that. Now I'm going to add my roux, which is right here. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to get out my whisk. So let me do it. Okay, I'm going to whisk this all together. I could definitely use a bigger whisk, I think. But this is all I have. All right, I'm going to finish whisking this and check on everything else, make sure it's still going good. Okay, the Trinity mix is good and sauteed. I'm going to add the sausages back to it. Let me do that now. Oops. I don't knock over my tongs. Get all that juice that's in there back into this pot. And I'm going to give it a good mix. And then I'm going to add the roux mixture and let this boil, get up to a boil. And then I'm going to simmer it. I'm still waiting on the chicken, but that's okay. I also want to add my eggs in here too. I want them to simmer with it. So that's mixed. Let me get my roux. Okay, I'm adding my roux now, and then I'm going to bring it to a boil. And I'm going to put the eggs inside too. And then I'm going to let it simmer for 15 minutes. And the chicken should be done by then. And I'll add it and let it simmer just a little bit more. There's some little flavors in here I don't want to miss. So I'm trying to scoot that in here as best as I can. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to give this a good mix. I'm going to set it on high. Once it reaches a boil, I'll add the eggs and then I'll put it on simmer and I'll let the eggs simmer in there. You can see, I don't know if I can get you any closer, but you can see it's come to a boil. I'm gonna go ahead and add my eggs. Then I'm gonna put the lid on, simmer it for 15 minutes. The chicken is almost ready. I'm just doing the eggs this way so they don't splash and hit me. And the chicken's almost ready, so I will add the chicken after I get it shredded, and it'll just simmer in here. I did buy the Eggland's Best already boiled eggs. I wish I would have bought 2 packs. I only do that because it makes it a lot easier on me. So I'm going to give this a good stir. I want those eggs to be really coated in that juice because it's going to sit in there and it's going to marinate. And this is the best way to eat hard-boiled eggs if you've never had it. All right, I'm going to lower the heat and simmer it for 15 minutes. The chicken is done. I pulled it out of the oven. I'm just going to shred it. If any parts of it, like this still looks like a little bit pink, it's going to be fine because it's going to boil a little bit in the juice. If I find any of it is too pink, I'll throw it back in the oven for a few minutes. Well, it may have been a small batch of chicken, but it sure did shred up to a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to the roux mix. It smells so good. If only you could smell it through the phone. Try not to splash this too much. No promises. Just don't want to get it on the phone or me. And I'm going to get all this chicken juice in there. It's going to be good. Make sure it's all well combined in there. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to have this. I have not had gumbo since we lived in Louisiana. Oh, and it's been a few years since we moved back to Florida, so I sure do miss this. Oh, if this tastes as good as it smells and looks, I'll definitely be making this way more often. All right, let me get these eggs soaking in there. And I gotta keep simmering it for about 10 more minutes. Here's the aftermath of the gumbo and this morning's waffle and sausage breakfast. Yeah. My husband's gonna tackle this in just a little while. There's some dishes in the sink. I'm gonna help him because it's a lot. And my stove is a mess. But it's almost ready. It's ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate some for my husband. Look at all this meat and the sausage and the juice. It looks so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate some for my husband. And then I will plate some for myself. And I will show you what all looks like. You gotta get that egg in there. I'm gonna try to just get some juice. And I'll add rice to it. All right, here we go. Now I'm gonna add some rice. I'm just gonna take a scooper full of rice. I do 2 scoops for each one. Or like 1.5 scoops. Oh, it looks so good. I cannot wait to dig into this. Okay, so it's done. This is the true tell of whether this is good or not because I haven't made it this way before, so I don't know. I did get a spoonful of chicken and egg because I really wanted to taste that egg, but it is so hot. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off, so I'm afraid to bite it. And my husband's sitting in his little lazy chair and making all that noise over there if you hear it. Okay, here it goes. It's very good. What I will say is I'll add more water next time, but it is delicious. That egg is the bomb. You haven't had this before? Try it with that egg. I want to try a piece of sausage now. It's still really hot, so we'll see. Reminds me of the crawfish empanadas I made last week, and I've been craving those. Yep. I just say add a little bit more water to make it a little thinner and not so thick, but it's delicious. One thing I forgot to mention yesterday, that this is a fat burning meal, and what makes this a fat burning meal is the chicken, sausage, and eggs are the protein. The rice is the fast carb. The celery, onions, and bell pepper are the slow carb. So this is something you can definitely have because it's fat burning. Now, back home in Louisiana, we like to add potato salad to the side and kind of eat it all together. That would make it fat storing because then you'd have rice and the potatoes, which are both fast carbs. So that's just too much. But I'm going to enjoy this like this. I have my catfish fillets. It says it was 2 pounds. They're kind of small, but we're gonna work with it. I've got my mustard, and then in this container, I have my Louisiana fish fry. I put one bag in here so far, and I'm just gonna see how far that gets me. I might have to utilize two. And then I have this pan ready for once they're fried. I'm gonna make sauteed green beans on the stove with this, and I'm using Bob Evans potatoes. What I do for the potatoes, you just microwave it for 4 minutes. I mixed in butter, some bacon bits, a shredded cheese, parsley, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some Tony Sashers, because I put Tony Sashers in just about everything. So that's going to be our side. You're going to see all that once I get all this cooked. So let me go ahead and get started with this. I just use French's mustard for this one. To me, I find that this one works the best, but you use whatever you prefer. And I'm just going to put some mustard in here. And then I'm going to get it nice and coated. You can wear gloves. You can do it with your hands. I'm going to try to do it with my tongs because I don't like the mustard getting stuck up in my fingernails and I don't have any gloves. We're going to see if I can get this really well coated. Give it a good mixture. And I like to use mustard. A lot of people say you don't taste the mustard when you fry fish this way, but you do actually taste it. It's just a very light hint of mustard. But I'm telling you, it brings the flavor up a level. So if you've never made it this way, I definitely recommend it. It's really good. Okay, the fish are pretty well combined now. So I'm going to stick them in the bowl with my batter, and then I'm going to give them a good shake. You're not going to see me shake them, but I'm going to go ahead and get that done now. All right, I'm going to give this a good shake. I'm just going to put on the lid, and you can already see. I told you I'm a messy cook. I've already got mustard on the counter. I don't know if you can see it. And this lid is not my favorite, but we're going to see if it works. All right, let's give this a good shake. I'm going to shake this and I'll let you know how it comes out. Let's see how well this got coated. I think it did a pretty good job. I'm going to grab some more tongs. That way I'm not getting mustard all over the seasoning, and we're going to see. All right, so let's take a look. Oh yeah, this looks really good. I want to make sure all sides got seasoned really well. And it looks like this one did not get seasoned that great. And this one can use a little bit more. So I'm going to shake these up a little bit more. Okay, let's see if that's better. Hopefully it will be. Oh yeah, that one's good. This one's good. Okay, so these are good. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of these mixed up. Oh, it smells so good. I cannot wait to eat these. Right now I have the green beans on low. They're seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic salt, some onion flakes, and you know it, Tony Sashers, and some butter. I'm just sauteing these. What I did is I drain all the juice, then I saute them and I season them. And these are smelling really good. They're actually done right now, so they're just sitting on low to keep them warm. I don't know, hopefully you can hear me over the grease or the oil frying. So I've got the Bob Evans, and this is what I mean by Bob Evans mashed potatoes, or right here. We just get this out of the refrigerator section. I added shredded cheese, bacon bits, parsley, salt, pepper, butter, and of course Tony Sashers. So I'm gonna go ahead and warm this up in the microwave, and I'll plate my husband's food. All right, here's my fat burning plate. I have two very small pieces of catfish fillets fried. The batter is a fast carb. So is the mashed potatoes, which is why I gave myself very little mashed potatoes, because the two together, the batter and the mashed potatoes, will make one full fast carb. And then my green beans are slow carb. The mustard and the ketchup are a condiment. So there you go. And then the oil that I fried it in was extra virgin olive oil, which is a healthy fat. So this is gonna make a fat burning meal. You can still have fried foods. It's all about how you portion it out and how you pair it together. I'm gonna go enjoy this. That is pretty much gonna wrap up this week's What's Cooking video. I hope you enjoyed everything that I showed you today. I hope that maybe it shows you can eat some of the foods you didn't think you could eat and still lose weight, because I'm gonna enjoy all this and still keep losing weight while I'm eating it.
Thank you again for watching my channel. If you like it, please go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, click that notification bell to be notified when I post new content every week. And I will see you next video.